Hi, everybody. It's Mike Newman, editor of ILXCTF. It's Sunday night with ILXCTF. Hope everybody tried to stay a little bit dry yesterday. A little bit of rain in the area. Um, didn't affect any of the races at Palatine or any of the other meets in in the Chicagoland area. So good racing. Alabama and Georgia. I fell asleep at halftime. And it was 30-7. Trump at that point was going, Alabama's eating the dogs. Yeah. But in any case, Georgia comes back 34-33, and then that pass. Ryan Williams, I don't know what his times were at in high school. It was Sparrowwood or something like that. High school in Alabama. He's one of the top sprinters in that state, and that's a good state for sprinters and distance runners and field whatever. Um, but seeing Williams play in the first game was, boy, he's fast. He's another one of those guys we're going to see in a couple of years in the NFL doing good things. So Alabama showed what they have. Georgia came back. Heart of a champion. They came back. You fight back when you get behind or whatever, and you go after it. And that's what Georgia did. Bears win. Woohoo! They're 2-2, and they play Carolina next week. Knowing the Bears, that will be a tough game. Any case, we're going to talk about a few things today. We'll talk about Palatine. And we'll talk about the Spartan Classic on the streets of St. Joseph, and a few other things too. So I wasn't there at Palatine. Kevin Dorsey took some nice videos. You can take a look at them on the page website. I tweeted those out or X'd them out or posted them out. I don't know. It was drizzling a little bit. The thing is, the course was in good condition. It didn't start raining at the beginning of the meet. It ended up drizzling. Started to drizzle during the girls' race, continued into the boys' race, and that's what happens. Mia Sirois, we talked about her a few weeks ago. She ran 17:01 in that heat at Detweiler from first to the finish. And of course she's going to run faster. It was 64, 65 degrees. The weather was great for running. She breaks the course record. She broke the course record. She didn't break the course record. She shattered the course record by 16 seconds. Kaylee Flanagan ran 16:49 there. And pretty good. I mean, there were four runners that were close together for the first mile or so. Scout Storms and Sirois, along with Carlin Janowski and Ellery Lincoln of Lincoln High School in Portland, Oregon. Lincoln, they like everybody else in the nation has three runners, but they're looking for a fourth and a fifth. That's what it seems like, except for Harriman, who kind of destroyed everybody at Furman in the boys' race. 3 in the first 5. Hello. Any case, so you have Sirois 16:33, Janowski at 17 minutes. They met at St. Charles at Northwest Medicine cross country course at the beginning of the year. The Sirois ran 16:45, I think it was. And so 26 seconds beat Janowski by 26 seconds. It was close to 26, 27 seconds this week. So Sirois hasn't gotten faster than Janowski. They're just staying right close together there. With Lincoln 17:08. 2 weeks ago at Ash Creek, the cross country festival in Oregon, at Western Oregon University, she ran 17:43. So running 17:08 here, pretty good. And then Scout Storms at 17:17, then a gap. Then Madeline Bialco at 17:30. Elise Halgren at 17:33. Oh, I missed a runner because I had. There's another Lincoln runner that was about 17:35. Then Erin Hinsdale and Alina Maminga at 41 and 42. Mabel George of Assumption's first runner, was 17:43. And that's the top 10. Nicole Poglish of Wheaton-Warrenville South was 11th. Team-wise, tiebreak. The most exciting aspect of cross country. No, sixth runner. I mean, colleges go back to fourth runner, I think it is. I like it sixth runner because then it shows your depth. Then you need all 7 runners. That's the explanation for 7 runners. Sixth and seventh runners are pushers, push the other teams for other scores back. That's what back in my day. Now, so Barrington ended up, what did they have? 5 in the first 44, and their 5th runner was 47. York hit 5 in the first 32, with their 6th runner, Weslow or whatever, right behind at 33rd. So York wins on the tiebreak 103-103. York had 7 runners in the top 41, and 7 runners out of Barrington's 5th. So state meet could come down to a tie, and they'll give them both first place trophies. It's not going to be a tiebreaker. I wish it was a tiebreaker. That would be really interesting. See how many coaches complain, see how many parents complain. I had parents complaining. Where were you at Palatine? I'll tell you about it. So, any case, York and Barrington, Lincoln, Assumption got 5th last year. They got 4th. They've been in the top 5. I want to say 3 times in a row in the last 3 years. 3 times in a row. Geez. Yeah, 3 times in the top 5 in the last 3 years. I don't know. I need sleep. Then Plainfield Assumption was 142, and then there was a gap of 210 points. Plainfield North. 3 runners up there, 3 in the top 19. The 4th runner, Aman Hussein, was 54th, and then their 5th runner was far back. So there are 3 4th runners getting a little bit closer, which is good for them. And Plainfield North had, beginning of the year, they had a flu bug. They were sick, so they weren't running at full strength. I think this is the first meet that they've run at full strength, and look what they do. So good for them. Edwardsville. We'll talk about the Edwardsville boys first, but the girls are next. But the Edwardsville girls, 6th place by about 4 points over Hersey. Wheaton-Warrenville South 236. They have a 60-second split between Poglish and their pack, but their pack's only a 30-second split, and they're starting to get closer to Poglish. Poglish is getting closer to the front. Their pack is moving up. Good things. Good things when that happens. And then Lake Zurich 9th and New Trier 10th. On the boys' side, I saw on Strava what Dylan Maloney was doing this week, his workouts. I can tell you he wasn't resting this week, and good for him. We started to back off when I was running. We started backing off right around our conference meet. And that's when you want to start to sharpen a little bit. And what he did on Monday and Wednesday, pretty good. And so when he goes out and runs 14:28, breaks Methner's record by 4 seconds, and wins the thing, it's pretty good. Would have loved to have seen Ben Crane in there. Now, Ben is healthy. He's 100% healthy, according to his coach, but they decided not to run him. I think Ben is looking a little bit ahead right now, and that's good. He's going to be racing a lot in the next couple of months, so let's see what happens if he runs this week at Peoria. And then I think New Trier's at Wheeling, whether he runs there, but then you go into conference week, and then you go into regionals and sectionals, and then big bang, boom, in Detweiler Park in November. So Maloney, great, 14:28. Bringenzer, 14:36 for Barrington, 8 seconds behind Maloney. They were by themselves. At a mile and a half, it was 1-2, but Maloney was trying to pull away from Bringenzer. So 8-second win for Dylan. Thomas Serwinski, 14:44. Krieg at 14:46, along with Quinn Davis, 14:46. So Plainfield North 3-5, and that's when they're going to be most successful, when they have those two runners up there. Then Jameson Teneper of Cary Grove at 14:50. He ran good at dark at the end of July. He's running good now. Then two runners from then another runner from Michigan U High. You had Jackson Miller and then Alex Burstow were 6'8", and then Gavin Rogers of Edwardsville was 9th, and then James O'Sullivan of Palatine, 10. Team-wise, Plainfield North didn't have a great race at first to the finish. Neither did Plainfield South. Plainfield South didn't have all the runners there, though. Plainfield North, Serwinski was the 9th man, and it was all heat related. We know that. But the way they ran 3, 5, and Connors 15th, Miso 24th, and then Frigo 45th for 54-second split on 5. Not bad for 91 points. Edwardsville, I don't know where they placed at first to the finish. 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that. And they get second. They were 9, 18, 26, 31, 43, cha-cha-cha. 44-second split, now led by Gavin Rogers in his 9th place finish. St. Louis University, 135. Plainfield South, 149. I don't know who it was after the race tweeted or posted something, or reposted something of my rankings. You really want to poke the bear, huh? You really want to poke me. I'm going to come up with a cynical narrative that everybody will go, oh, he's bringing a cynical narrative. Oh. Plainfield South all year has been running the 45 to 50-second split from Maloney to their second runner. The pack was about 26 seconds. And so they ran the same way that they have been all year. Their split's going to narrow. I can tell you that right now. It's going to narrow around their conference time. Regionals, they don't have to run super hard. Sectionals, hey, with Edwardsville, the way that Edwardsville is running right now, who knows? But Plainfield South had 149. Good race for them. And then Friend at 184 had an off race. Had 4 runners up there. Their third runner at first of the finish was their 5th runner. And then Barrington bounced back a little bit after Peoria Notre Dame the week before. Still ran the same way. Palatine, 4, 10, 12, and then 94, and then 110. So their 4th, that's 3 meets in a row now where Palatine has had that kind of a race. So we know where they're at. We know that they're going to try to get their 4th and 5th runners up there. The new trio, 247 without Crane, and then Lincoln of Oregon, 9th, ran a good race, and then Neuqua Valley continues to improve there in 10th. York gets 2nd at Peoria Notre Dame, and they get 13th. Whether they didn't get out, they still had a great split, 26 seconds. They were missing their 3rd runner. Their 5th runner was their 1st runner. Olson was 32nd. Bradford, I don't know what happened with him since I wasn't there. He faded the final mile. He ended up 46th. And then their pack was back. They positioned themselves well at Peoria Notre Dame. They didn't here. So it's the end of September. Plenty of time to work on those things. And you have an off race. You can't run all out hard except for Downers Grove North every week. They even have off races, but they still win. Uh, so York had a 20-something second split. Patrick Hill won the sophomore race, ran 15:45. He would have been their third runner. And then they had a guy, Popalik. I don't know who it was. Their number one runner in JV would have been in the top 7 also. So York is deep and has a lot of questions to answer on their top 7, but that'll sort it out. Whoever the 7th fastest they'll put in there, and they have that depth. So we'll see. Other things. We're 15 minutes. St. Joseph-Ogden. The streets of St. Joseph-Ogden sees Isabella Keller running 15:59. Amazing. But the one thing too, Katie Foltz, I think, was 35. Kate Foltz was from Tuscola, 35 seconds behind Keller the week before at Tuscola. 26 seconds in this race. Interesting to keep an eye on that. We're not going to see Keller until state meet at Peoria. Foltz, I don't think we're going to see. Maybe the Patriot Invitation. Yeah, maybe the Patriot Invitation. I don't know about that. Foltz 16:25. They had 2 other runners. Molly Farrell was 16:57 fourth. Emily Decker 16:55. Tolono Unity wins on the girls' side over Shelbyville. And it makes it interesting. Tolono, I have number 3 behind Williamsville and Anna Jonesboro. Anna Jonesboro ran a good race at Gans Creek in Missouri on Friday afternoon. 6th overall in the elite division, and with Jaden Girardi as their number 1 runner. So they don't have to run Girardi in every meet, and they're playing it smart that way. Not running her, not wearing her out. Anna Jonesboro is so dang deep. They can afford to do that and have her ready when it counts. So Williamsville got second to Chatham. Glenwood, I don't know where that puts them. I didn't see Louisa Wilson run there, so maybe that's why they were a little bit behind. Rochester was right behind Williamsville. So I don't know who's going to be number 1 there. I'm guessing maybe Anna Jones-Herrero moves back up there, but we'll wait and see on that. But it's the end of September. Who cares about rankings? Oh, yeah, a few of you parents do. Okay. Also, we talked every week about Maya Ledesma of Minooka. She wins by about 85, 86, 100 million seconds ahead of everybody on a 5,000 meter course at Schaumburg at Hoover School. A lot of turns there, so it makes it a little bit slower in the turns. She still runs 17:19 for 5K, and it's a legitimate 5K. Holy smokes. Ledesma's on fire right now. Isn't that? It's going to be a great race, too. And we'll talk about Naperville Twilight next Sunday. But Ledesma, Sonny Weber, Downers Grove's North's pack will be there. Naperville North is improving. It's going to be fun. If I miss somebody, I don't know, but we'll talk about it next week. What else? Okay. I had somebody send me a message. I put something out on Instagram this morning. Just said it was a busy weekend in Michigan. Picture of the lake where my family cottage is at. And somebody sent me a private message going, "You were too busy not to be at Palatine?" So I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. So I don't like to talk about my private life, but I missed the meet because my son got married. So kind of need to be there for that, and it was a good time. There was one incident. So everybody knows what hickory walnuts are. That they have the trees that are in the woods. And it was kind of windy yesterday before and the wedding ceremony was outdoors. And one falls a little bit away from us, and I'm like, watch, with my luck, one will hit me on top of the head. And about 5 minutes later, right on the top, right, ooh, it's sore right there. It's sore right there. And my daughter's like, Dad! And everybody's laughing. He's like, you just said that. So everything that I was saying today, I'm like, watch, my pen is going to explode. I'm going to pick out an exploded pen. There's an exploded pen in my pocket. Didn't ruin my suit, but thank goodness for that. So I think the one thing I can say is hold on to your children. Somebody's cutting onions in here. My eyes are watering. Darn it. Anyway, hold on to your children as long as you can. Those of you that have married children, you know what I mean. Because it goes by so fast. It really does. I would miss things to go watch when my son played football. Only played a couple of years in high school before he decided he didn't like it. I went to different meets and people said, you weren't at this big meet. I was watching my daughter run. So you hold on to those opportunities and you grasp them. Because life goes fast. And I'm so happy that he found somebody that he loves. They love each other madly. They've been together for 7 years, so they waited. They were patient. My son had a plan, and he went through with it. And I'm so proud of him for doing that. I normally don't talk about my kids like that, but that's where I was at. I will tell you, I'm getting ready to go over to where the wedding was being held at this little farm. It was so nice. Didn't rain, thank goodness. It rained on the way home. It rained on the way back to my hotel. But I was watching the races. I'm going through, and Roland Hopkins is going, did you see what Maya did? I'm like, I saw Maya did or Maya did. And then watching the race from Palatine. And then starting to send emails out, what happened here? What happened here? Thank you to Rob Harvey for telling me about conditions and all these other coaches that chimed in. And that means the world to me. I'm not going to be at every meet. Well, I try to be at every meet. That's the first time I've missed Palatine since, what, 12 years, 2012. So I miss a meet. And that's why I choose other meets sometimes. But I think that's all I need to say on that. It's such a weird feeling because you're holding him in your arm. I'm holding him in my arms. He was emergent. It was an emergency when he was born, and here he is, big old galoop, almost 29 years old, next to his best friend. So I'm in awe. I'm in awe because it's something that I won't allow myself to do anymore. So with that, I think we're going to stop here. We're going to stop early. Oh my gosh, we didn't go 45 minutes. Coming up, we have Patrick Savage invited, Niles West, good meet. Peoria Central invite. We have Nike, Terre Haute Nike Twilight in where? Terre Haute. Duh. I'm sorry. I'm a spaz. I've had no sleep. The room next to me at the hotel I was staying was a little bit noisy in the middle of the night, if you know what I mean. Okay. So we got that. We had Wheaton North Falcon at Nike. Plainfield South is going to be there. We're going to see how good they are against some of these other teams. I won't talk about the die-stat regional rankings. Won't talk about that. Prospect, both on the boys and the girls side, they didn't run their top 7. So, Downers Grove North didn't run there this year on the girls side because they know you can't do that 3 weeks in a row and then you're coming back for Twilight. Prospect is running Nike, and I don't know if they're going to run one of the night meets at Loyola or something else. But it's going to start to get interesting now. And we're going to go into Rocktober, rocking with some great meets. And then we have Twilight, then we have Amboy, and then we have Conference Week. So I hope you got something out of this other than watching me try not to cry. But it's okay to cry. So tears of joy, I'd like to say. So enjoy those moments. So with that, having said that, I'm going to be at a meet this weekend. I don't know where. Let me get through this weekend first, gosh. And then we'll see where I'm at. I may just show up in a meet, or I may let a meet director know the day before and go, hey, I'm coming out. I'm going to be at your meet. But let's stop there. I've drifted for 6 minutes, aimlessly on a tangent superhighway, talking about my kids. So, with that being said, everybody have a great week, everyone. Everybody, oh gosh, everyone. Yeah, Mike. So, everybody, let's have a super week. Looks like it's going to rain. We need a little rain. I hope they got rain down in Peoria to soften that course up a little bit. But everybody, have a great week. And we'll see you on the next edition next Sunday night for Sunday night with ILXCTF. Everybody have a great week. See you soon. Bye.